So guys, Eric DKill on one here, and doing reviews of my pump markers right now. Um, as you saw, I did if you look at my last video, the not the tag, the Tiger Shark review. Um, Here's my Stingray. As you can see, almost identical. Um, we'll come back to that later. But here is my newest acquisition in the pump world, the ZAP Paintball pump pistol. And it does cock when there's not air in there. Um, Honestly, I just bought this thing because it only cost me $5 from a guy here on YouTube, and it just looked kind of cool and a collectible. Maybe it was kind of a spur of the moment type thing. Came in a package that he was selling that I haven't gotten a couple things from yet, but I'm sure we'll get that all worked out. Um, Took it apart the other day and was screwing around with it, cleaned it up. I think I solved all the problems it was giving me when I did that. So, really, um, I can't really do this gun justice because it is a pistol, not a pump gun. It's a pump pistol. Um, you know, from the early days of paintball, or whatever you want to call it. Uh, if I was going to give it a review in the pump world, I'd give it, just for the coolness factor and size and the damage it can do at a certain amount of time, I'd have to give it like a 7 out of 10. Um, Somewhere between a 6 and a 7 out of 10. Uh, just for coolness factor, mobility. You could hide this thing just about anywhere. I mean, you got a tack vest and a shoulder harness. Tuck the shoulder harness under there. I mean, if you're using the shoulder harness for something else, a larger gun, the barrel's gonna stick out the end, and maybe the grip, because the barrel coming out of the end is gonna be up here. Well, this is small enough that it just disappeared. All I had to do was cross my arm over, and anybody that's from here and out isn't gonna see it. I mean, if they're standing straight out in front of me, they can't see it. So anyone that's straight out in front of me or to my right can't see it. All of a sudden, they're done. Okay, game over. Now, I'm only gonna have one shot, but if I'm sneaking in there with it, I sneak into a patrol or something. I sneak in behind them, and because there's an officer out front or whatever, and bam, take out the officer. I'm probably gonna get taken out, but if it's like a points-based scenario and I just got an officer kill, well, so you took me out. What am I considered, a sniper? Well, I shot your officer. If it's D-Day, well, that's 100 points, and you don't get anything for killing me. I just go back to the next reinsertion point or whatever and come back later. Um, so that's just something I got recently. Um, and not really sure what to call this video, but I think I'll just title it ZAP. Yeah, whatever. Since this is a ZAP, I'm just gonna move on to my other ZAP gun, and then I'll have a title. Um, this I got in Fargo. Also recently, and this is a semi-auto, but this is a ZAP ZXS 400. Um, Tank out the bottom, kind of like your A5 is set up. Um, if I was gonna run this, I'd run it on remote. Um, my friend Logan, last time we went out to play paintball, he had broken his left hand, or his left arm, So he had his arm in a cast. So I gave him this to run the tank out of because he could shoot it with one hand. It actually worked out really well. Um, if you use a 9 ounce tank, even a 20 ounce, and once you fill up the hopper, balances out really nicely. Um, got the external velocity adjuster. This thing, even using CO2, is amazingly efficient. I took this out and chronoed it. Out of 10 shots, I only had a deviation of 283 to 287, and 5 out of those 10 shots hit 285. So, I mean, we're shooting at like exactly 285. Barely any deviation. So, I mean, that's just ridiculous for the type of gun this is. And I was using CO2, also. So, uh, I can't really figure out if the barrel is removable or not. If it is, it's wedged in there right now and I can't get it out. Um, has a really nice trigger pull, uh, offset feed neck, bolt is right there. All pull pin. Um, pull the whole thing apart with all the pull pins, kind of like an A5. But like I said, really nice trigger pull, and I would give this gun in the semi-auto world about 5 out of 10. Um, actually more than that because we add in the efficiency and the, this, I'd give it like a 6.5 out of 10. I haven't really seen how durable it is. It's not terribly accurate. It doesn't have very good range. Um, it is basically a pistol that's kind of built like a full size gun. Um, so there you go. My ZAP paintball products.